let's try.
Hello? Still no reception.
Nope. Alright. It is as I thought. I haven't actually looked at this door or spoken to this doorman.
Excuse me, you may not enter.
Why not?
The presentation is for investors and oil rig staff only. Why don't you grab a bite to eat at the cafeteria? I will tell Dr. Svensson where to find you.
I'd rather look around a bit. Thanks.
As you like.
Again, a hint pointing to where you need to go. So this was Barney's office, I think. Locked.
It's locked.
Yep. Wait, that was not the... Yeah, that was not the thing. This was... Alright, so basically we got 2 items and a microwave, and he wants to heat up the apple pie, because I can do that whenever. So how about I put this file in there?
The file fits into the pie perfectly.
Yeah, that's weird, but hey.
Give.
I did.
Ta. 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 Ta ta.
Maybe you should stop singing.
What do you know about music?
I know that sounds horrible.
It's not sending anymore.
Nope, it is not. So, considering I've done everything I can, this ought to work now. So, yeah. Let's hope it does.
It has to work now. Attention, attention, radio operator Faye speaking. Delvin, can you hear me? Please, don't desert me now. Please, please, please.
Hello, Faye.
Sadi?
That sounded weird, but...
There. I, am glad our presentation could convince you. I have to admit that the results surprised me a little as well.
Then it was a wonderful surprise for all of us. I can assure you, Doctor, that you were utterly convincing.
Please, dear. We must not hasten our decision. Not until we've tested the bacteria ourselves. I therefore propose that the doctor will provide us with a sample of his wonderful algae as soon as possible. And if everything is above board, as I'm sure it will be, independent scientists will have no problem reconstructing the result we saw here earlier. And when they do, we will support you. Or is there a problem?
Let me through. I must talk to Ben Svensson.
It seems the number of your fans increases by the minute, my dear doctor.
I have to talk to him. Please.
Excuse me.
What a weird-ass business meeting. Or supposed business meeting.
In here, quickly.
Calm down.
Tell me, how did it go?
What?
The algae. Are the investors convinced?
Ha! They are thrilled.
Phew. Good.
Yes, one problem less. But now to you.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You are completely out of breath. What happened?
I got a call from Delvin.
And?
The connection was terrible, but I think he wanted to warn us. Someone plans to attack the oil rig.
Are you sure?
Not completely, but it sounded like that.
Did he tell you anything else?
No. That was all.
Great.
How was your physical examination?
Tedious.
But everything's all right.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine.
That's good to know.
Except she isn't, but...
Did you get any other messages?
Why? From whom?
From Salvador?
Oh, no, I didn't. I only heard from Delvin. And as I said, it was a short message.
You aren't keeping any secrets from me, are you?
No. Why?
Oh. Never mind. Must be being close to this Indez guy. I'm seeing conspiracies everywhere.
Well, you can never know.
Right. We have another problem, though, I'm afraid. Someone tried to sabotage the presentation.
What? Why would somebody do that?
I have no idea, but they did everything to prevent the generator from working properly during the presentation. The algae was much weaker than usual.
And yet the investors were convinced?
Yes. It wasn't that much of a problem. I just had someone fetch a better specimen. I think you should try and find out more about this attack while I investigate the algae incident.
Okay. Sounds sensible.
You are really not keeping something from me?
Nah. You?
No.
Well then, see you later. Then go.
What the fuck?
Sadi, come in, please. Ben says the investors are convinced. You must have been wrong.
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa, what's this now? No mouse or anything, so it's a cutscene-ish.
Welcome back, Bent. Nice show. Really, I hope you didn't raise expectations you can't measure up to.
Hello, Duva.
Oh, now it's me again. Alright.
Blueprints, books, a microscope, nothing that would shed light on the status of the research. There's nothing in there. No lost files. Nothing. Only what's been there already on first sight. The bunks for the research team are behind this.
Which, you know, goes down there, which then goes all the way down there. Or, no, actually that goes down there, so... Don't know what that is.
The values of the blue-green algae decreased over the past few months. But why?
Bent, would you please close the door to our private quarters? I don't think you have any business in here.
Of course I have business in here. It was my bedroom once.
Right, but all your belongings were removed after you'd left. I oversaw that myself. And now, close the door please, or I'll really make a fuss.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I mean, I didn't know it was your private quarters. Bent knew, but he wasn't sharing.
The intercom system for communication on the rig. Continental calls can only be made from the radio room.
Why did I keep pointing that out? That's like the second time.
I would appreciate it if you stopped doing this. I'm waiting for an important call.
From whom?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Great.
An ordinary pot holder. You put it on like a glove to take things out of the oven.
He's not gonna let me take it, is he? No? He's cool with me taking the oven mitt.
A bread knife.
Perfect. Yes, of course. He doesn't mind me taking that stuff. Alright, let's,
He's trying to ignore me.
No, he's not. He's fucking staring at you.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to show you up.
If you're looking for Lissa, she's in the office lab. I'm sure you can find the way on your own.
The algae you presented was bottom of the barrel. I think I deserve an explanation.
You are wrong. The sample was from one of our most powerful cultures.
I don't believe you. When I was still here, the algae could do much better than that.
I think you are fooling yourself. The algae really wasn't that much stronger in the past.
But it was stronger, and it would have convinced the investors without any effort on my part.
If you say so.
Again, what's wrong with the algae?
Let's see. No one is interested in it. We can't find a selling market. Research is insanely expensive, and no one wants to pay for it anymore.
But we do have a potential investor now.
Only as long as your scam is not exposed.
It won't be exposed if you tell me where the real algae is.
The real algae. I see. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just want to know what happened to my algae.
That's exactly the problem. It's not your algae anymore. Your son is responsible for your life's work now. It doesn't matter if anybody here likes it or not. You're out of the picture.
So, how's life as the head of research on Atlas 11?
How do you think it is? It makes me sick. I still can't believe that I wanted to be like you once.
You have a lot of responsibility now. The future of the world depends on you and your research.
The future of the world is not my future. I don't want to end up like you, Father. I want to have a life, a family, but I'm stuck here instead.
Do you really hate your life this much?
Well, c'est la vie. That's how it is.
Are you still angry with me?
Of course I am. If you hadn't cared more about the planet than about your own family, we might still be one.
Maida never told me that she was ill.
How could she? You were never there. You didn't see the nosebleeds when they began. You didn't catch her when she fainted. You didn't even take her to the hospital when it was already too late.
If she'd only told me.
But she didn't, because she thought you'd notice it someday. Well, no such luck.
Duva, I'm sorry.
Good to know. Anything else?
See you later.
Wow, that's a real good, you know, relationship those two have got going.
Lissa's old washing machine. Still up and running. A few lab coats and 2 pairs of jeans. Nothing of interest.
Which probably means that we will have to put something in there.
This controls the entrance to the lock.
Which seems to be open. Oh, no. I thought it meant that, not the... Oh boy, why do I see the scenario of us going down there and Duva locking it?
My old do-it-yourself antenna. Who would have thought that thing still existed? It's a bit loose. Why doesn't anybody see to it the thing doesn't fall to pieces? There. Much better.
Now
My old... Who would have...
Well, okay. Are we gonna snoop in here?
The pressure hosing for the lock runs behind it.
Then we probably shouldn't.
Even if I had the key for the door, I don't think I would find anything useful behind it.
That's what I thought. So let's go down.
The pump regulates the air pressure in the lab, and it works best if left alone.
So let's do that, yeah. Just making sure. Yeah, okay. Let's leave it the hell alone.
This door leads to the office laboratory.
And the other one?
This door leads to the H2 lab. At this time of day, it's usually locked.
It's an iris door, which, you know, I assume they mean it's an iris scan. And that determines if you can enter or not. Yet he opens it with his hand. That is strange. Just gonna scatter the shit out of her.
Boo.
No one has tried to startle me that incompetently in the last 2 years. Hello, Bent. It's good to see you.
That's her from the main menu. Wonder when we'd run into her.
I thought I'd drop by to see if everything is well. What? Isn't an old retiree allowed to visit his former colleagues?
Of course he is. But I know you well enough to know that this is not the only reason. But maybe you'll prove me wrong.
What happened to the algae?
What are you talking about?
I saw the presentation for the investors. The algae you presented was terribly weak.
Oh, Bent, you are exaggerating.
Do you have any idea how embarrassed I was?
I can understand how you feel, but please stay out of this.
But...
Trust me, it's better this way.
Lissa, what's going on here? You are keeping something from me.
Bent, please. We've already discussed this. The current situation is no one's fault. We've just fallen on hard times.
I'll find out what's going on.
Please, don't. I'm just worried about you.
Well, I feel like maybe I do need to go through these, so I'm just going to. Otherwise I wouldn't, but...
You say it's not my responsibility anymore. Do you know how you sound?
No, Bent. How do I sound?
Like my shrink.
How fitting. Dr. Lissa Hinrichs, official shrink for the Svensson family. Yeah, that has a ring of truth to it.
It's true, I'm not responsible for the research anymore, but I helped to build this whole project. I deserve an answer.
If you were at the presentation, you already know the answer. We don't have any money left. That means no new instruments, no repairs, no qualified experts. And if the research gets worse, we get fewer investors. A vicious circle.
What does money have to do with the decrease in algae power?
We work under a lot of pressure and under horrible conditions. In a situation like that, mistakes happen, and the algae suffers from it.
Let's talk about something else.
I'd prefer that, yes.
Duva hates me.
I know. He still blames you for Meta's death.
And he's right.
She was sick, Bent, and she didn't tell you.
Because she knew I would never give up my work for her.
Quite the opposite. You would have given up everything for her, and she didn't want to be responsible for that. The tendency for self-sacrifice must be a family trait.
How is Duva?
Ask him yourself.
Whenever I try to talk to him, all he does is rant.
Oh, don't listen to that. I think he's much better than he wants people to know.
He hates life on the oil rig.
If he really hated it, he would be long gone. Don't worry. He's doing okay.
Doubting that.
I can see you were busy. Do you want to continue our conversation later?
The only important thing is that we do continue it. Why don't we meet in the kitchen later and cook together? In about 2 hours when my shift ends?
Sure. Great idea.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
And within those 2 hours, I probably have to discover what the fuck is going on, what the hell is going on with the algae or something.
This is where we store all the cultures from our research. A sample of each blue-green algae culture we grew. A23G, A36G, C17F. The number of different samples is huge. I have to know exactly what I'm looking for.
Yep, that you do.
The microscope was my last acquisition before I had to hand over clinical research management to Duva.
So nothing on that door. Alright.
Our internal... I don't know this locker. It must be new.
Well, let's look in it. Or search it.
Search done. The locker is empty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems awfully empty, but, you know, if you can search it, then clearly I must be missing something. Is that a separate one? No. No, it's just one single clickable item.
This is the first stop upon entering the lab each morning. The locker with the lab coats. This lab coat looks familiar.
Is it yours? Your old one? After all those years?
Ha! I knew it. It's my old lab coat. I didn't think you'd keep it.
Are you getting sentimental? Duva is wearing it sometimes when he's cleaning up.
Well, I skipped something there. Sorry about that. I thought I would just pick it up and I'd right-click to then go examine it, but yeah. Sorry.
My old creased lab coat. I'm really surprised it's still here. Ah, the smell. And each place in the lab smells differently. These smells bring back some great memories. What's this? One of my old algae samples. What's it doing here?
Well, glad I searched that.
Dr. Bent Svensson, Chief of Research. Oh well. I must have taken the sample right before my breakdown. It's barely legible, but there's something written in my hand. D54H. D54. That's the Delta algae, our most powerful culture. I just don't understand why Duva didn't present it earlier today.
because that might have changed stuff. So let's put that under the microscope.
I don't need a microscope to see that it's completely dried out.
Well, can we now then look it up here?
D54H. Where is the delta algae?